Hey, hey again. So another day where I'm going through multiple drafts of a video in order to get it done. But question of the video, question of the day. What's your story looking like? What's your story looking like? Because we write our own story, but we gotta make sure we're not exaggerating it. We gotta make sure that we're being real about every detail. Because when we meet people, we have a tendency of trying to tell a better story than the one we've experienced and the one that has been written already, the chapters that have, already been established. We have a tendency of trying to be the heroes all the time. And then we feel this pressure that we put on ourselves, but we feel this pressure to keep up that notion because we created this story and we created this version of the story in front of these people or this person, and then they believe it because it's what they see is what they get, and then you feel an enormous amount of pressure to keep that up, to keep up the impression. But it's kind of like you're parodying yourself in a lot of ways. You are doing an impression of yourself rather than being yourself. I've heard this is fairly common, but I've only heard it in a few places, which is don't try to impress people, just be impressive. And being impressive, the most impressive thing you can do in this world is just be real. Be real. Be genuine, as much as that hurts. I'm not saying be overly divulgent of things about yourself, but just be real. Because there are times where I'll be talking with my friends or something. I just had this conversation with my best friend a couple nights ago. He'll know if he's watching this. And, me and him talked about, like, when we are telling, like, when I'm telling my story, I hate talking about myself. I really do. Like, me and him both feel a very similar way about it, but I'm going to speak from my perspective. I hate talking about myself. I'd rather just talk about other people. And when I say talk about other people, I don't mean gossip. I mean, I'm trying to learn about you. I'm trying to learn about the person in front of me. I'm trying to learn about the world around me and those people because they seem more interesting than me. Because it feels like my life is boring. It feels like, by comparison, my life is boring. It really, like, when I talk about my stuff on here, what's going through my head is I'm performing, man. I feel like I'm being fake. I feel like am I exaggerating my own story? Like, am I exaggerating my own story? Am I blowing this out of proportion? Am I okay? Is this normal? What is this? What is this thing? What is this story? And then I hear someone else's, it really puts mine into perspective. And I'm like, bang, by comparison, in these regards, they are so much better than me. They had certain things that I didn't. And it's just like, well then, or they had to deal with certain things that I did. And I'm like, oh man, I'm blessed that I didn't get to deal with that. I'm sorry they had to deal with that. It sucks. But I downplay myself a lot. I downplay myself a lot. I don't think I have anything interesting to tell. And even when I come here, I try to do this stuff because I hope that y'all can relate to it. But even then, when I'm doing this, I just feel like I don't have much interesting to say. I really don't. Like, I got a voice and I'm happy to use it. I'm trying to really connect with people, which is a big thing for me to do. But I feel like, am I exaggerating a little bit? That's why I try not to talk about myself too much. But in order for y'all to connect, I kind of have to. In order for y'all to really relate and really know that I'm being real, I have to be real and tell my story. Because there's someone out there that has likely experienced what I have, whether it's better, the same, or worse. And it's a part of a learning curve for you guys as much as it is for me, because I want to hear y'all. Genuinely, I want to hear y'all and see what y'all have to say in response to this stuff. Like, that really means a lot to me. Seeing y'all comments, all of you, seeing your comments, it really makes me happy to see, because I'm like, I'm just a young dude. I'm just a young buck. I'm 21. And this coming August, I'm going to be 22. And I'm trying to just learn, and I'm trying to learn to be wiser, because I still feel like an idiot. With the stuff that I speak and I talk about, people think, man, like, you're really articulate and intelligent for a young man, and I feel like, nah, I'm just paying attention. That's it. Like, it's nothing special. I feel like an idiot. Y'all are the ones with the knowledge. Y'all are the ones that can really teach me something. Like, I'm trying to learn from the older people. I'm trying to learn from the people younger than me. I'm trying to learn from everybody. I want to be more connected with my people, with the human beings, and not just a phone. That's what I'm using this phone and stuff for, to connect and to tell my own story, to tell my story and to not exaggerate it and not keep feeling like I'm fake or I'm being fake, to not have this inner dialogue going on where I keep having to apologize every time I tell my story, every time I have to open my mouth and talk about myself, because I don't like talking about myself. I'm already doing it. I'm talking about myself. I hate it. Like, I hate this. But, like, I don't like talking about my problems, really. I prefer to just deal with it on my own, or a very tight-knit, group of people. And I prefer to be on my own to process it. Then I'll come along when I'm ready to come up with a solution. I don't really like venting. It doesn't get done anything. Like, it feels nice in the moment, but then I realize, like, that problem is still at my front door. I hate it. Like, what does it do? It doesn't do anything. For me, it doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't serve me. So I'd rather just get stuff done. But sometimes, man, you do need to just vent and get that out, because you just bottle it up. It's not going to help you. But, yeah, I just really wanted to say that when you tell your story, don't exaggerate it, and don't tell too much either. Let people find out about you. Surprise people. People like being surprised. And let it be a positive surprise. Don't surprise them with anything negative. Nobody wants any negativity when everyone's going through enough. The world is going through enough. Instead of being people that take things apart and instead of being people that we hurt, inflict pain, how about we heal? We mend things, we mend people, we mend hearts. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here not even to really change. I'm really here to help mend hearts, mend minds, to help repair a world that I found broken, to help, just to do my part, just to make a little piece of it better, so other people can do the same, and hopefully we all as a collective can change the world. And yeah, that's what I really wanted to come here and talk about. Kind of rambled on, but that's a piece of my story. This is a piece of my story. Like, who are you? And I don't want to hear or see anybody with that. If society's put a label on you, if your family, your friends, you put a label on you, and it's not who you are, eliminate that. Start fresh. Who are you? You may not even know the answer to that question yet, and that's fine, but you need to be aware that you don't know, and then take the steps to figuring that out. Now, what are those steps? It can be different for everybody. I can't tell you that. That's something that you have to figure out on your own, but that doesn't mean that you are alone. I'm here with you. We all are trying to write our story, but we have to be the ones to write it. No one else can be, because then they'll start writing that dialogue for you. Then they start, giving you an identity that you're trying to be, and it's not you. And your spirit knows it, your soul knows it, your mind knows it, your body knows it, your heart knows it, and yet you're still trying to live up to an expectation that isn't your own. You're still trying to live up to an expectation that's unreal. That is not real. It's fiction. Stop doing that. Let us all stop doing that and come together and really figure something out. What's our identity? We don't know. Let's make one. And let it be authentic to who we are. That is our identity. Not what we think of ourselves. It's who we are. That's not who we think of ourselves, not what other people think we are or what we think other people think we are. Our identity. Who are you? What do you like? Who do you try to be every day? Do you try to be someone good? Do you try to be someone better? Someone greater? What calls to you? What is your purpose? If you don't know it, what calls to you? What pulls you? What is something positive that helps you gravitate towards it? What you know what I mean. So that's what I want to say. What's your story? What's your story looking like? What's your trajectory? Because you're the author of your story. And it starts from the day that you're born, and it ends the day that you pass on. So, in between that, let's make sure every word, every sentence, every page, every chapter counts. And make it awesome to the best of your ability. So we're at the start of a new year, we're at the start of as I've seen it said, a new book. Every day is a page. Let's make sure that when you read that book and someone else can read that book, it's a good one. Don't let your life go to waste. That's all I want to say. So, I'm going to leave y'all with that thought. Y'all have a beautiful one. Much love.